He's our man. He's our man. He's our man.
Paddy had gone to visit his aunt in another town for a few days when the trouble started. Blood-curdling howling and a yowling echoed back and forth across Misty Pond. It was like nothing anyone had ever heard before. The creatures of Misty Pond dashed into the burrows, tree trunks, or huts and bolted their doors. Polly Possum with her 3 little ones scampered down into a burrow.
Boring!
At least you won't be eaten alive by some monster outside.
The howling, the yowling, the screeching, and the grunts continued from dusk to dawn for 3 days.
What does this screamer want?
He wants me.
You? Why?
Oh, let me guess. You cleaned him out.
Right so. I want all his hazelnuts.
There's only one animal I know who's crazy for bezel nuts, and he lives in Tasmania.
Not anymore. He's crossed the channel.
You mean the devil?
Yes.
Oh!
There's plenty of nuts in Tasmania. Why would he want to come here?
It's a bad season there. The trees went dry.
Why do you cross the channel? Uncle Paddy says you're not welcome on the island.
What is life without excitement? Misty Pond can be a little slow, and Tasmania has the devil.
Shame on you bringing this trouble upon us. Go meet the devil and settle this.
I wish I could, but I can't.
Oh, the devil take you back to Tasmania.
Oh, why did I ever become a gambler?
Ixby lent blankets to whomever needed them for the night. They all hunkered down and cuddled together on the floor to sleep until early morning. At daybreak, the ear-splitting noise stopped. Ixby attached a side seat to his motorcycle for Paddy and was ready to ride off when Curly Couscous came running up.
The devil raided my grain shed last night. There's grain all over the floor.
How do you know it's the devil?
Who else? I heard him grunting and crunching. The wife and me hid under the bed until he left. We were afraid he might see us and eat us.
He's getting desperate. Who knows what he'll do next?
If you were brave, you'd find him and talk to him.
I'm getting out of here.
Us too!
I'm going for Paddy. In the meantime, stay calm. So far, nobody's been eaten.
He started his motorcycle. Soon bypassed the scurrying monotremes, Ixby flew straight ahead to his destination. Paddy was seated on his Aunt Pennyplatt's porch.
Will Law, don't you look a sight?
Lad, what's up?
There's a crisis in Misty Pond. The devil's come. No one can sleep. Everyone's terrified.
Piffle Pat. I'll put a stop to his game.
He's after his bezel nuts. Roscoe won them all, then Ada gave them away. The devil's furious.
Roscoe's always in the mischief. No matter. I'll settle this.
Aunt Pennyplatt hurried inside and came out with a large blunderbuss.
This shall get that devil. Your great-grandfather used it in the Platypus Wars.
Paddy tried not to laugh. Ixby was curious. He had never seen such an odd gun.
That thing would scatter buckshot all over Misty Pond. But thank you for the thought.
The Platypus Wars? You mean the platypuses fought each other?
It was a stupid civil war. Over nothing really, except who would control some land in Tasmania. Some of the Platties stayed there. Others crossed over to Australia, not enjoying the result of the fight, and here we are. Their descendants.
Wow, I didn't know that. That war sounds dumb.
So it was. Most wars are. The devil awaits. Let's move on.
I ought to get to see you, Paddy, and now you're off. Well, law.
So far, nobody's been eaten.
Keep it quiet. I don't want anyone to know I'm back.
Paddy got out of the sidecar and walked through tall shrubs and reeds to his back door. By the time Ixby entered the house, Paddy was already preparing for the night's adventure. He had a large net and a strong rope.
This should do it. Lad, on the north side of Misty Pond, in the tall eucalyptus tree, there's a bezel nut tree loaded with bezel nuts. Get ready.
Paddy shined a bright flashlight in the devil's face.
Turn the light off, please.
I will, if you promise not to scream and holler as you do.
Yes, I promise. I do.
What do you mean by scaring the good folks of Misty Pond as you have?
Roscoe took all my bezel nuts, and the trees in Tasmania are bare. I wanted my bezel nuts. That's all.
You certainly have an unpleasant way of asking for them, Tassie.
Paddy dropped the net around the devil.
Never gamble with Roscoe. You should know better. And back you go, where you came from.
Paddy tied the rope around the devil's upper limb so he couldn't escape. Ixby collected up 2 bagfuls of nuts. He felt somewhat sorry for the devil and his ugliness.
You're not very trusting.
I know you, Tassie. You're going to stay as you are until we get to the other side of the channel.
Hoppy the kangaroo at Berry Pilot was snoring.
Huh? What? Can't you let a fella sleep?
Take us across to Tasmania.
This ferry only leaves at daybreak. What do you have there?
You don't want the devil hanging around Misty Pond anymore, do you?
No. You're piffle pat, mate.
There's no piffle pat to it. But he can only travel at night and we must get him back home.
No, what can you do? He's scared enough, but back he goes.
Hoppy started the ferry. It moved away from the dock, and they were off to the island of Tasmania.
This is exciting, Unc. I've never been to Tasmania.
And a good thing, too. It's a rare place. But we're not staying long.
The ferry docked on the furthest edge of the island.
I'm so lonely. The only thing that makes me happy are bezel nuts.
I'll send you a bagful every week as long as the tree holds out. By then your trees should have come into their own.
They untied him and gave him a bag of bezel nuts.
Promise not to come to Misty Pond again.
Don't forget your promise to send me more bezel nuts, or else I'll be back.
A good night's work, lad. Now for a good breakfast and some sleep.
I'd like to know more about Tasmania.
Some other time.
Paddy Platypus does just what he says. It's all the mystery and keep us critters free. He lives on Misty Pond, always spot on. Paddy Platypus, he's our man. We can count on him to bring that devil in. He will give it up. He's the only one. Paddy Platypus, he's our man. He's our man. He's our